Hello, classmates. Today, let's learn about the concept of the 80-20 rule and its application in UI design together. The 80-20 rule originated in economics. Vilfredo Pareto observed that 80% of the wealth was in the hands of 20% of the people, from which this theory emerged. Subsequently, this theory was further developed by Joseph Urán. The 80-20 rule we talk about now can be abstracted into the following concept. In a complex and diverse large system, most of the effects are determined by a few key factors. Generally speaking, among a group of things, the most important part accounts for only about 20%, and the remaining 80% is secondary. Therefore, it is also known as the 80-20 law or the law of the unimportant majority. The 80-20 rule has a very wide range of application fields, especially in the fields of economics, management, and engineering. Similarly, it also has a wide range of applications in the UI field. In the design decision-making process, the thinking provided by the 80-20 rule can largely help you sort out the design direction. Since users spend 80% of their time on 20% of the key functions, from research to prototype design and from development to product testing, we can consciously follow this thinking. Focus the design and testing on this 20%, and evaluate the remaining 80% according to this strategy. Similarly, most of the problems in the product usually concentrate on 20% of the content. When the product is continuously iterated and upgraded, the direction of solving problems can also be determined in this way. The application of the 80-20 rule in UI design. In the design of graphical interfaces, the application of the 80-20 rule is no less than in other fields. It can even be said that modern UI and interaction design cannot do without the 80-20 rule of the critical few for a single moment. In many cases, there are ways to figure out the key 20% of the content that affects the entire design decision. The most typical were background analysis and statistical data, forms submitted by users, and browser cookies can all help you track and understand user behavior. These data can help us understand which areas of the UI users interact with more when carrying out specific UI and interaction design. The role played by the 80-20 rule is also quite crucial. Common editors we know, whether it is Adobe Photoshop that we are familiar with, or the Office series software for office use, will place the most commonly used tools and controls in prominent places, and hide the parts with relatively low usage rates.
Let's use Adobe XD software to create a prototype of the main interface of the Miaoke One client. Through the previous user research and analysis, we have developed a general functional framework and divided the areas of the home page through a simple and clear framework structure. Now let's design the prototype of the home page according to this framework. The first step is to open Adobe XD software. Create a new canvas with a size of 1180 multiplied by 1890. Create guidelines and change the canvas color to black. The second step, click the rectangle tool on the left side and draw a rectangular frame on the canvas. Set the size of the rectangular frame to 1180 multiplied by 60 pixels. Adjust the color and position of the rectangular frame, and place the logo at the position of the left guideline. The area size is 110 multiplied by 24 pixels. Place a search box in the middle position. The area size is 240 multiplied by 40 pixels. and draw two rectangular frames with a size of 40 multiplied by 40 at the right end of the search box. Place the username and avatar on their right side, and draw 4 rectangles with a size of 15 multiplied by 14. The third step is to draw a rectangle with a size of 120 multiplied by 660 pixels, and then draw 3 rectangular frames with a size of 120 multiplied by 40 pixels, and adjust the spacing and positions of their rectangular frames. The fourth step is to create a recommendation description box with a size of 70 multiplied by 18 pixels and a refresh box with a size of 60 multiplied by 15 pixels. Next, let's create the product recommendation area. Draw a rectangular frame with a size of 188 multiplied by 184 pixels, and create the video duration box, video title box, advanced level, number of learners, etc. in sequence. Then create a video cover with a size of 118 multiplied by 114. Then select the just made video box again. Hold down Alt and the left mouse button and copy 4 of them, and adjust the positions and spacing. Draw a rectangular frame with a size of 30 multiplied by 16 pixels on the right side and adjust the position. Then select all the video boxes again. Hold down Alt and the left mouse button and copy 6 of them downwards. Next, create the product classification area and change the video box of the first one in the third row. Delete the video cover box and the title box. Then create a software icon with a size of 46 multiplied by 45. And create course name boxes with sizes of 168 multiplied by 16 and 168 multiplied by 14. A complete framework is then finished. Delete the 4 on the right. Hold down Alt and the left mouse button and copy 4 of them to the right. The sixth step is to change the video box of the first one in the fourth row. Delete the software icon box. Then, change the software name box and the number of courses box to 142 multiplied by 18 and 142 multiplied by 16, and adjust their positions. Delete the 3 below. Hold down Alt and the left mouse button and copy 3 of them downwards. Create a rectangular frame with a size of 160 multiplied by 18 and adjust the position. Create a return button with a size of 30 multiplied by 30 on the right side. Finally, use the text tool with the shortcut key T to add the respective text annotations and size annotations at the position of each rectangular frame. This is what it looks like after filling them in. In this way, the drawing of the prototype of the main interface of the Miaoke One client is completed. Let's complete the design of the main interface of the Miaoke One client together. In the previous class, we have already completed the design of the prototype of the main interface of the Miaoke One client. Next, let's further deepen it based on the prototype. To complete the design of the main interface of the Miaoke One client, first, we open Adobe XD software and import the prototype of the home page interface of the Miaoke One client. The first step is to create the framework of the home page. We delete all the text annotations in the prototype and change the opacity. The second step is to create the navigation bar. First, we change the color to black, which is more in line with Miaoke One, and then import the icon of Miaoke One and place it in the previously reserved icon bar position. Then adjust the color of the search bar. Change it to rounded corners. Change the search button to a circular shape. Then use the ellipse tool and the line tool to draw a search icon. And then enter text in the search bar to guide the users. After that, we import the icons such as the history record and the VIP user avatar into the corresponding positions one by one, and the navigation bar is then completed. The third step is to draw the navigation column. First, we adjust the color of the navigation column to be consistent with that of the page, and use the text tool to input home page, and draw a semi-rounded rectangle as a decoration. Then use the text tool to add different options one by one. The fourth step is to draw the recommended video product column. First, we use the text tool to input recommended videos and import the icon. Input, change a batch and more options. Then we import the video cover and move it into the product frame. Make the color of the product frame consistent with that of the web page, and change the rectangle in the upper right corner to an appropriate color, and mark the course classification software. Then fill in the course duration, course name, course level, and video playback volume in the previously reserved positions in sequence. Then copy a product frame and paste it into the other product frames of the recommended videos. Then modify the recommended videos in the second row to other courses. The fifth step is to draw the software introductory product column. First, use the text tool to fill in software introduction and the number of tutorials. Make the color of the product frame consistent with that of the web page, and then we import the software icon. Select the rectangle in the upper right corner of the icon, change 3 of its corners to rounded corners, and add the text pod, and then add the software name and the number of courses in this section. Then copy the first product frame, arrange them in order, and modify the other product frames to other courses. The sixth step is to draw the photography or product column. First, we import the background image. Mark the course classification and the number of courses. Then copy a product frame from above. Change the product frame to e-commerce towel product photography, and then copy 3 of them and arrange them in order. The seventh step is to draw other courses. We copy 3 product frames of photography art into the product frames at the bottom, and change their names to Overseas Tutorials, UI Design, and Student Zone respectively, and use the same method as before to change the content to appropriate content. The eighth step is to draw the bottom navigation bar. First, we import the icon of Miaoke Van. Then enter text to guide the users. Then use rounded corners to change the rectangle in the lower right corner to a circle, and use the line tool to draw an upward mark. In this way, the design of the main interface of the Miaoke Van client is completed. Classmates, see you in the next class.